यू माइट हैव हर्ड दिस डायलॉग इन द मूवी थ्री इडियट्स कि अगर बैंक में ही जॉब करना था तो इंजीनियरिंग क्यों की. या फिर पीपल हु मे सी मी ऑन यूट्यूब वुड से दैट इफ शी wanted to come to this field, why did she pursue engineering? Or if people change their professions from, taking up these very conventional degrees, whether it's engineering, whether it's medical, whether it is CA, and then they do something, it is an immediate judgment that whatever do you did before this, it was all a waste of time or it has just gone to drain. But today, let me tell you that what do these degree education really does to you. Okay, what does this do to your mind? So engineering specifically is a place which helps you to develop something called as the systems thinking. This also happens, by the way, in MBBS. Okay, because what you're learning is, there you are studying a larger unit. Okay, it can be a machine when it comes to engineering, and it can be human body when it comes to MBBS. So when you make a certain change, or when a certain change happens, a small change, how does it affect the larger machine's function? How does it affect the larger human body's function? Don't you think this is a very intelligent thing to have in your toolkit? So, Naval Ravikant, who is a very well known author and also a business owner who has invested in a lot of places and who has really created his wealth, he said that one of the ways to be richest in this world is to be yourself. Okay, and do something that feels like play to you and work to others. That is the best way you can leverage your authenticity. You don't need complicated marketing, you don't need anything where you need to show why you are better than your competition, because hey, there is no other Steve Jobs, there is no other Oprah Winfrey. No, people pay them for being themselves. Okay, people pay Oprah Winfrey to be Oprah Winfrey. Okay, but for her to reach there, she started as a student in, I think, in journalism and mass communication, if I'm not wrong. I may get the degree name wrong, but it was something related to journalism and mass communication. So she started from there, and she tried couple of things, and then she finally came to the Oprah show. Okay, so Oprah show was not her starting point, so she eventually became that. And for that, you'll have to keep doing those iteration till you find something that is really who you are as a person. If I was to give my own example, right now I'm not as there as how Oprah is, or how Naval is, or how Steve Jobs is, but in the initial stages, how it looked for me was that I knew communication is one of my good things, something that people appreciate in me. And I knew that I cannot continue in IT backend for a very long time. I need to find something that's more aligned, because I was really not having the fun that I wanted to have out of my career. So I started as posting videos on social media. Then I was invited to colleges, to speak as a guest speaker. Then I went ahead, took my soft skills trainer certification, and then I eventually understood that I want to do something even deeper with my clients. And that time I came into confidence coaching, emotional wellness coaching, and I finally landed up where I help people gain back their self-worth and gain back their confidence and productivity. So this was not a one-day journey. It took me 4 years of time to fully be here in my niche that I operate into right now. And people who are following me or seeing my YouTube channel are seeing this from a very long period of time. Okay, so even after this, you'll see me doing certain more iterations to reach to a point where it really feels like, oh, this is my absolute 1000% brightest, form. Okay, but even if you just don't start, you will never reach there. So for a lot of people, why did I tell the whole story? For a lot of people, their engineering or medical degrees are the starting points. Okay, so if you have done that and you are pursuing a career, you are thinking about pursuing a career that's totally different in your field, you can absolutely do it guilt free if you're carrying the tools that you learned during your engineering and medical in your mind. Because engineering teaches you so much of problem solving, and you are put into so many different kinds of grinding during the pursuation of your engineering degree, that it prepares you for something. At least the persistence which you did your assignments, you submitted it, you handled the pressure, also gives you certain kind of capability. And in your medical degrees, it's even more. In your CA persuasion, it's even more. Okay, so whatever you're doing, you are getting a leverage out of that, and that is your uniqueness. A lot of times when people have tried a couple of things and those things did not work out for them, they think that it was completely a waste of time. But if you really see, it wasn't, because you learned a lot from that experience. You took in so many skills from that experience. Today when I talk to corporate clients, I know why those 2 years in an IT company were so important for me. And that time I was feeling like I have to get out of here very fast. Why am I even here? But whatever I learned, the corporate language that came onto my ears, when my clients throw up that language today, I know what they're talking about. I know what they may be experiencing. I can empathize better. So every step or every iteration that you do to find that version of you that is purely authentic, where people will pay you for being yourself, all of these are steps in that journey. And this video is just a reminder that you don't have to be guilty about that, because you are learning these skills and capabilities. So if you're a student who is pursuing this, or you're thinking about pursuing this because you don't know anything better, do it guilt free. Do it with all your involvement and your presence, because if this doesn't work out for you, do the next iteration, something else will. And if you're not able to figure that out by yourself, book a call, go to the description, we'll figure it out together.